We continue to preview the Greenville Regional. East Carolina will be squaring off with the Evansville Aces on Friday afternoon, 1 p.m., to get the regional underway. And right now, very excited to be joined by the 16th year head coach there at his alma mater in Evansville is Wes Carroll. Wes, so we appreciate your time this morning.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Exciting times, going into a regional and for our program. I'm just glad you decided to have me on and are really spreading college baseball throughout. So I appreciate everything you guys do.
Yes, sir. Congrats on the excellent season, 35-23. You guys certainly challenged yourself in the non-conference. You had midweek games at Kentucky, Vanderbilt, then a weekend series at Mississippi State. You started the year with a series win over ORU, a program we're very familiar with, obviously in Omaha a season ago, and then you split 4 games. You dropped the regular season series, but then you beat them in the conference tournament. Indiana State, that we've heard so much about, there was a regional host and a super regional participant. Kind of give us a thumbnail sketch of your season overall.
Yeah, just going into the season, we wanted to load up our schedule and just prepare our guys for Missouri Valley Conference play, but also for this moment that we're walking into this weekend. And I have an older group that I knew that could handle the road, as we went on the road quite a bit throughout the course of the year, and just really, proud how we handled adversity, a couple injuries here and there, and how our offense was kind of clicking early on the season. It was just great that we really handled all the obstacles that kind of came our way. And then kind of got hot on the back end of the Valley schedule. And, then to be able to host the tournament, just a special overall year for our program and for our guys. We have a, senior laden team, 11 seniors that have meant a lot to me, that have really, built the culture here and kind of restarted our program. So it's exciting.
Coach, you talked about challenging your team in the non-conference schedule. You had that 3-game series at Mississippi State. I would imagine that that's the closest experience that you've had that would parallel what you're going to see this weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium in the jungle.
Well, yeah, I don't know if anything kind of prepares us for the environment that we're going to walk into on Friday. I've heard so many unbelievable things about the jungle, and it's one of those destination spots for college baseball. I thought it was ranked the 8th best, atmosphere in the country, and so I'm really looking forward for our guys to experience it. And I'm ready for first pitch. We get first pitch out of the way, then we can kind of get in our groove and realize we're just playing baseball.
So, Coach, as you take a look at your lineup, 302, 82 bombs, 150 doubles, slugging over 500 as a team, led by guys like Mark Schellenberger, ranked by D1 Baseball preseason as the number 7 MLB prospect in the Missouri Valley. Tell us about him and some of the other top guys in your lineup.
Yeah, 1 through 9 in our lineup, I feel like are potent and can go up top and deliver a barrel at any time. Just grinded out at bats is kind of what we take a lot of pride in. Is our on base percentage is up there pretty good. But the reason why is we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of at bats of developed talent in our program, from Simon Sherry, our leadoff, and Mark Schallenberger, Chase Hug, Kip Fougers, just guys that are salty vets, so to speak, in college baseball that really have a good idea, plan, and clue up at the plate, and are able to execute it with the barrel. So just a talented group that has done a lot for us this year, put up a lot of big numbers, and has carried us. I think it showed in the conference tournament. As the first 3 games of the conference tournament, we run ruled teams after being down. So I feel like we're a gritty offense that can have explosive big innings.
And shifting over and taking a look at your pitching staff, tell us what you can about the rotation. And the guy that really caught my eye, a guy that is tied for the team lead with 8 wins, 22 appearances, 6 of those being starts, has really excelled for you in a variety of roles and has a 3.55 ERA, and that is Shane Harris.
Yeah, Shane's been an unbelievable swing guy for us. You take away the opening weekend where, he gave up a 7 spot and 2 innings. I just think he's been absolutely electric throughout the course of the year. Our main horse is Kenton Deverman, a freshman in our program that has really stepped into that role and handled it from a mature standpoint. He's a strike thrower with a little 3-pitch mix, but he's just our uber competitor. I believe Kenton Deverman, was in the running and maybe should have won pitcher of the year in our conference. And so, that's kind of a snapshot. Those 2 guys are kind of the staple of our rotation. And then we have, Donovan Schultz, a salty left-hand pitcher, senior, that's been in our program for a long time. He had an outstanding performance in the conference tournament. He's our other kind of rotation guy. So I feel like we have some pieces that can, match up extremely well, depending on, what the opponents have. But as we're starting to prepare for the East Carolina lineup, it's going to be a challenge. We're going to have our hands full because that is an extremely talented lineup.
And tell us about your bullpen. How have you guys fared there?
Yeah, we have, Shane Harris is kind of that swing guy. He can do a lot of different roles, coming in for long relief, coming in, for closeout situations, but then also he can, shift into being a starter. I have a lot of confidence in Jacob Meyer, and Max Hansman. We're a lot of spin out of the pen, I would say. A lot of off speed, so to speak, to try to get soft contact. Not a lot of fastball, power out of our bullpen. So just kind of mix and match, and I, feel like those two guys matched up with Shane Harris can go get outs and winning time in the seventh, eighth, and ninth.
Obviously, this goes without saying. Any time during the season, but especially in the postseason, where every out's at a premium. You know, not only pitching but defense. Tell us about your club defensively.
Yeah, I feel like we have a very talented left side of the diamond with Simon Sherry at shortstop. Last year, he was the number one defensive run saver for D1 baseball in 643 charts, and him returning has had an outstanding defensive year as well. And then Brent Witter at third base. I feel like guys can catch the baseball, have been around the block quite a bit as they're extremely old. At second base, Cal McInnes turned a big time double play, and Chase Hugg, I feel like, is a very gifted first baseman. But our center fielder Ty Rumsey can go get anything anywhere. He can really run, and this his defensive efforts are very talented. So we feel like we're a good defensive group. We've been playing on turf all year, so we're gonna have to make an adjustment. But I feel like all three facets of the game we're really clicking right now. Offensively, we're showing some power, some discipline, and putting up some runs, and also capitalizing with runners in scoring position. Defensively, we're taking care of the baseball. And then offensively, we're throwing enough strikes. Or on the mound, we're throwing enough strikes. So there's a reason why we got announced to play in this regional, and we're really looking forward to it and excited.
And obviously, final question for you here. Um, you're clearly focused on the East Carolina Pirates, with that being the regional opener. But you have Wake Forest, a program that was in Omaha a year ago, and then also a VCU program that's in the tournament for, I believe, the third time in the last 4 seasons. What do you know about the other teams in this regional?
Yeah, it's interesting. My son was asking me about, the draw, and I just was looking at it. Every single regional is stacked. Every single one has such talent, and there's a reason why all these programs are competing for a national championship. And so, the entire region, I believe, in Greenville is very, very talented, and it's going to be a tough way each and every game. But it's going to be exciting. It really is. I feel like, the University of Evansville baseball program is ready to compete on a national stage. We're really looking forward to it. We're trying to stay focused on one pitch at a time, one inning at a time, and trying not to get caught up in, the big lights of it all. So we're going to make our way to Greenville tomorrow. We're going to get prepared on Thursday for a practice. And then you're going to see an Aces baseball team ready to compete and represent its university on a big stage.
Coach Carroll, thank you so much for 10 minutes of your time this morning. Definitely, congrats to you and the Aces on an excellent season, and one that I know you're very excited about continuing this weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium in the Greenville Regional. Safe travels to you and the guys.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to getting down there and experiencing what an unbelievable atmosphere that I've been told. So I appreciate you having me on, and have a great day.